Hello and welcome back to Nest Metal, Turkish channel here at YouTube, and welcome to another album review. Now today's review is for Spell's, I guess, third album, Opulent Decay, which was released through Bad Omen Records on April 10th, which of course was this year. I shouldn't have to say that. Anyways. Again, this is their third full-length album. Technically, their very first album was the Full Moon Sessions, which was released back in 2014. I did review their second album, For None and All, back when that album was released, which was in 2016. With Opulent Decay, I guess you can say there really isn't a whole lot that has changed since For None and All. For an album like For None and All, when I first listened to that album, it felt like almost a departure from at least the more straightforward new wave or traditional heavy metal sound of the Full Moon Sessions. But with For None and All, I made a lot of comparisons at the time to, let's say, Ghost almost, because of how more melodic and very more atmospheric that the nature of that album is. And this one, they don't stray too far away from For None and All. There's still a little bit of that very melodic feel to some of the album, definitely almost taking more 70s influences and more prog influences. But this album, they really expand on that sort of sound. It's definitely on the progressive side. To me, they're really summing up this album before I really get into at least picking some of the songs and everything. I definitely can say there is definitely a little less Ghost influences on this one, or at least comparisons. Instead, I really make more comparisons to like Blue Oyster Cult and Rush. If Blue Oyster Cult and Rush had at least went into bed together and had a child, Spell would be that child. So, without further ado, let me definitely get into some of the songs and everything. For an example, the album starts off with, of course, with the song Psychic Death, which is definitely, again, it's easily to kind of see that there definitely are they're not straying far from stuff off of For None and All. But it definitely seems to sound more tighter in there, and you really can hear more of those proggy influences. Really can hear that on this song, and it's definitely a good way to open up the album. To me, the second track is when things for me really start to pick up with. The title track here is just, again, it's a straight ahead melodic rocker. It's very more almost back to the classic Spell sound of the Full Moon Sessions for me. It's been a while since I've actually listened to For None and All. I should have went back and re-listened to it, but from my memory, this definitely seems to more go or harkens a little more back to, at least to the Full Moon Sessions. Though you really can hear a little pinch of Merciful Fate within this track. It's definitely during the last couple of minutes, or at least the ending for this song, where it really kind of almost has a bit of a Merciful Fate vibe to it. Just in terms of the pacing and the style, and the way that how it's constructed, and just the way that the attitude. But overall, it definitely has a little bit of those classic Spell metal moments from the Full Moon Sessions. Syllable Vein, on the other hand, is probably the most apparent of the Blue Oyster Cult meets Rush kind of comparisons here. This track has it. It's a very 70s sounding track, but in a way, it's a very cool sound. Think, again, of stuff like, for an example, the albums from Blue Oyster Cult, like Cultosaurus Erectus and Fire of Unknown Origin, but mixed with albums like, Permanent Waves or Moving Pictures from Rush. in that kind of style. It's a very cool track in its own right. Primrose Path has a hypnotic atmosphere to it. It's another favorite of mine off this album. It definitely, again, it continues that sort of Blue Oyster Cult meets Rush vibe to it, but it's definitely even more progressive as well on this one. May have taken some influence here and there, maybe from later period Pink Floyd almost at times, but it's just a real cool track. I like this one. The Iron Wind has a more, again, shows more prog influence on this song too. A little more galloping at times too, in some way. A little more maidenish almost with this track, or Wishbone Ash at some points, but it's definitely a good song too. Dawn Wanderer, again, it just continues the whole prog feel and everything. Deceiver begins with the more moody yet spiritually feel acoustic guitar piece that lasts for at least about 30 seconds before bursting into a galloping melodic rocker. Definitely one of my favorite tracks off this one too. But of course, this track transitions to the 2-minute and 13-second track, Artexia, I think is the way I guess to pronounce it. Artexia, Atraxia, something like that. I probably just butchered the fuck out of that one. Which is a more of an operatic style vocal track. Very, almost I guess in a way kind of reminds me of something from Queen. For some reason, actually. It's got a little of a Queen feel going on. Like more, think more like 70s period, like the first album. Or Queen 2. Or Sheer Heart Attack. Just those first 3 albums there. For an example, I guess, to give you the idea of what I'm trying to at least picturing with this song. But again, this song then also then transitions into the track Imprisoned by Shadow, which is again, it's a fucking great hard rocker. Love this song also. I really dig it. This one though reminds me a little bit of comparisons to Norwegian band Flight almost with this song. It's definitely another personal favorite here. Just again, great hard rocker. Again, with a bit of that Blue Oyster Cult influence. Definitely wouldn't be too out of place off of Cultosaurus Erectus. Great track. And of course, Saturn's Riddle ends the album in a more doomy and gloomy mystical way. Great song. Great way to end the album. So there you go. There's Opulent Decay from Spell, and for my rating, it's a 9.20 out of 10. To me, to compare this, I guess, to For None and All from 2016, I think this probably is I would say, is better than For None and All. Though I don't know if it tops the Full Moon Sessions, but this is sure a very great album, and this is right now, there's probably for me, their second best album. This is a very good album from Spell. For sure right now, it's up there one of their best albums. So with that, if you have checked this album out, again, this album has been out since April 10th. Definitely let me know what your thoughts are on this album in the comment section below. But if you haven't yet checked this album out and are very interested in it, you could probably find it on YouTube. On the New Wave or Traditional Heavy Metal YouTube full-length channel here on YouTube. I think that it's titled that. Who knows, I probably also kind of fucked the title for that YouTube channel. But you can also find it on Bandcamp. I mean, I may even link you to the Bad Omen Records Bandcamp page in the description box here. Which, of course, they might be selling a copy there. You can find it on their web store. If they have a web store, they probably should. Amazon, eBay, and so on, or other web stores should have it if you very much like what you hear. Again, this is a great album, so with that, I hope you all enjoyed. This is Every Thrashhead Sam out, and I'll see y'all later. Take care, everyone.